How do you follow up one of the greatest home console beat-em-ups of all time? I was quite late to the party when it comes to Streets of Rage 2. After playing Streets of Rage 1 on the Mega Games 2 collection in 1993, I actually played Streets of Rage 3 way before number 2, on a retail demo unit in Debenhams. It wouldn't be until 1998 that I had played the second game, spotting it in the cabinet of GameStation unboxed for the grand total of £2.99. I played Streets of Rage 2 alongside games like Gran Turismo and Resident Evil Director's Cut. That said, no matter how many awesome PS1 games I could get my hands on, the Mega Drive stayed set up, pride of place, and it was mostly down to Streets of Rage 2. For this entry in the series, everything has been overhauled. New visuals, new moves, new characters, and the gist of the story is that Mr. X returns to seek his revenge and kidnaps Adam from the first game, leaving the player to choose from 4 characters: Axel, Blaze, Skate or Max. All the characters have different attributes. Blaze is the all-rounder, Axel is slower but more powerful, Max is really slow but really overpowered, and Skate is the one you pick when you want to take 3 days to complete the game. The levels are far more extensive in Streets of Rage 2. Lots of them have multiple themes throughout the levels, compared with the linear set of backgrounds in the original game. As far as the art style goes, the characters have bigger sprites than the first game. This all contributes into the game having a really arcade quality feel about it. Honestly, it's probably one of the best looking games on the system, and the aesthetics totally hold up even today. One of the biggest improvements is the amount of moves the player can pull off. The use of forward and the action button produces a lunging attack, very useful for clearing your path if things get crowded. On the other hand, the special attacks take life off the player when in use. They look cool to pull off, but not a really good trade-off when the special attacks in the first game was like Donald Trump on Syria. The soundtrack is on par with the original game. I have both soundtracks on my playlist, but my phone mixes them together in the same folder. This isn't a bad thing, however. The 2 soundtracks from each game complement each other brilliantly. This is tantamount to the genius of Yura Kojura and his team. Using the NEC PC 8801 hardware they used for Streets of Rage 1 and 2, they used a heavily modified version of the macro music language to create their own language called Love Music, to create the types of sound they wanted for the bare knuckle games. Needless to say, Streets of Rage 2 has some great music, the stuff that SNES fanboys like to brush over when they're shitting all over the Mega Drive sound chips. I think the gap between me playing the first game and the second game, and the fog of overwhelming nostalgia I feel for that first game, clouds my judgment on the series as a whole. Objectively, I can see that Streets of Rage 2 on a technical level is a far superior game, but I still prefer the first game overall. But when you're going to play Streets of Rage 1, you're more than likely going to go through the second one as well. But I can definitely see why this one is a fan favourite. With so many fans out there holding this game in such high regard, what I want to know is, why haven't we got another Streets of Rage game yet? I know we saw Sega fail to revise old franchises and give us the likes of Golden Axe, Beast Rider and Altered Beast remake on the PS2, so I can see why these franchises have taken a hiatus. But we live in a world now where Yakuza 0 is out on PS4 and we're getting Shenmue 3 this year. Surely it's time for this series to return. CX have the original game, Streets of Rage 2, in the box for £18. eBay the price is a bit all over the place, some people saying £18 cart only, $25 in the box. But all the Streets of Rage games are available to play on the Ultimate Mega Drive collection for Xbox 360 and PS3 for around £8 in a cash converters / cash generator shop. Thanks for watching and farewell.